Great question. I wish it would have popped in my head one day, but like anything, I was kind of, well, I mean, the story is really, I was watching the spelling bee, and I just, they always tell you about like winners and how great their lives are, and that's cool, and I'm happy for them and stuff, but I don't really care too much for the winners. I like the losers, and like the underdogs. So, I started wondering, like, well, what happened to the kid who messed up a word so badly that it just destroyed his or her life for good, forgot over. And yeah, and I just, like, from there, I just started writing the script, and, I mean, I've never been in a spelling bee, except recently, with Film Snobbery, actually held the spelling bee for me with a bunch of other people at a previous screening that we did. And that was like my first time ever, so a lot of people ask me, like, is it autobiographical? Yes, partially because a lot of the work environment in the film that you've seen, that's my life, basically. Tutoring and teaching and stuff. But the spelling bee part was just something that I was just like, come on, I want to know about these underdogs, man. And, I hope that came across, a nice underdog who hopefully overcomes everything. Like most of us. Yeah, I do. Well, out there is an interesting concept. I have a bunch of trailers, and I'm actually, you can find my previous film, Perfect, with a K, so Perfekt. And you can find it on Amazon. It's being put out through Watt Media, but if you want to check it out, I recommend renting it, only because it costs you $1.99 for like 7 days. If you buy it, it's like $20, and I wouldn't buy it, even if it means I get to make some money for a change, it's just like, no, rent it, and then that'd be awesome. I'll love you forever. But yeah, you can check that out, and on my on my Facebook page and my YouTube page, I have some trailers for other films. I've done silent films, so the market for that is kind of like tiny, so it doesn't really get out there much. But I do have other films kind of floating around. Got these silly 1-minute skits floating around there that you can see on YouTube as well. If you type in like Trigonis and the Fool, not Trigonis the Fool, but right. So yeah, I hope that answers that. Yeah, we shot on the EX1, the Sony camera, with a 35mm Letus adapter. So that was pretty cool. I don't know any of the technicals of it. That's all my boy Alan Aguilar shooting that film, so he knows all the technicalities and all that good stuff. But all I know is a big ass camera. Yeah, it was a beast. And we were going to go with the red originally, but it was kind of expensive to rent. And I figured, well, I'm not going to blow it up on like IMAX, so there's no point. And then we were going to go digital SLR, which is like the big thing that I think is totally awesome. But I was kind of paranoid about like getting quality sound recorded into the camera. So we went with like the kind of middle ground. But definitely, I love the way it looked. We had a great assistant cameraman as well. Eric Candeffer gave us some, him and Alan, they worked really great together. And all I had to do was just basically like yell at people. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it looked really, really good.
Oh, thank you so much.
Anybody else?
Can I ask a question?
You bet. Go ahead.
Was there any memorable, like, what was like the most memorable scene in there? I just like to know to see how it works. Like, anybody want to volunteer an answer?
The Wii fight.
Nice. All right. Cool. That's like my favorite scene. And the funny thing is, when we shot it, I hated it. I absolutely was so upset with the way the footage came out, and Alan was like patting me on the back. It's great. It looks great. Trust me. And I'm like, I ain't trusting you. It was rushed, it was this, it was that. And then I went home and I'm editing, and it's like my favorite thing I think I've probably ever put together. So I'm glad you guys liked it. Yeah, I was kind of always wondering about that.